Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Omoniola here with another video for you guys today. So this is another episode on basically financial freedom, but I'm just gonna answer straight the questions that I received on Instagram about traveling, about finances, etc. The other video that I posted prior to this specifically just discussed my financial freedom, my financial tips, how I came about even getting a home, my thought process and all that kind of stuff. But this video is going to give you guys more details and it's going to be more in depth on the questions that you guys are actually asking. So I'm just going to be looking down at my phone and reading it. But before we get started, make sure you guys like and subscribe and comment on my post. Comment on my YouTube videos. If you're not following me on Instagram, I'm gonna put my Instagram handles over here or over here. Y'all need to follow me on Instagram. That's where the content happens, you know what I mean? I'm a content creator, I'm a YouTuber, and you know, we just trying to make it out here. I really love what I do. I love creating content for you guys, so make sure you click the bell notification down below as well and subscribe to my channel. So without further ado, let's get into this video. Okay, so I'm not gonna be able to read every single question, but I'm just gonna pick out some key ones that I think you guys should know. So I guess this will be like a compilation of like traveling, travel essentials, like just basically stuff you guys wanna know about what I'm doing and how I'm doing it, I guess. So first thing I read by Joma, thank you for asking me this question. It says, did you use a budget plan for buying your house while still traveling? Managing your full-time job and hair business, how do you do it without stress? Okay, so I'm going to tackle the first question. Did you use budget plan for buying your house while still traveling? No, I did not. And that's just the honest truth. Traveling is my vice. Some people have different vices. It might be drinking, it might be going out to restaurants all the time. That's also my vice too, but I digress. I did not budget. So I guess the trip everyone's talking about was my Cabo trip. But I planned that trip in October. I paid for that trip in like October. And I started putting down money for my house in July last year. So I have two sources of income. I have a full-time corporate job and I also am a full-time hairstylist. So like I said in my previous video, I hope you guys watched that. I'm gonna link the eye above so you guys can see that video. But I have a very fluid relationship with money. I know I need to spend money to make money, and I know I need to save money as well. My sisters are so annoying. And I know I need to make money and spend money as well. They both go vice versa. So I do have a savings account. I have two savings accounts, two checking, I have 3 savings accounts, 3 checking accounts as well. So I save. I put almost half of my paycheck. No, I put more than that. I put like 2/3 of my paycheck in my savings. And then the rest of that, I use it for bills or whatever I may have, etc. And then my hair money is like my play money, I guess you would say in a sense. But like, I also have bills for like my studio and all that kind of stuff, like my products that I use, that kind of thing. But just not to wrap too much, but basically, did I use a budget plan for buying my house while still traveling? No, I didn't. But I would, if you are that type of person, I would recommend doing it. I'm a very disciplined and scheduled person, but I did not create a budget plan. That's just the honest truth. I knew how much I was willing to put up for my house, willing to build it, all that kind of stuff, and I know how much I'm willing to spend when I travel, you know. So I don't always budget when I travel, I just travel, to be honest. But I would recommend, if you are looking at a way to manage money better, if you spend kind of recklessly, I would tell you to use a budget plan. And your second question, managing your full-time job and hair business, how do you do it without stress? This might sound cliche, but God, because I really don't know how I do it. I work from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. every day. And I go do hair at my studio 4:30 to sometimes 11 o'clock. I don't know how I do it. I don't work Sundays though, but it's literally God, and I enjoy it though. That's the whole kill. I literally love going to work. I love going to go do hair. I love what I do. I'm not gonna hold you guys, like I really do. And I feel like when you know your passion and what you're doing, it's not gonna feel like stress. Sometimes I feel like I have to take a break just because I feel it physically on my body. So I put days in my weeks, and that's why I keep my Sabbath day, which is my rest day, and I don't do hair on Sundays, you know. So Sundays is the day for me to rest, relax, cook, just with my friends, because there's a lot of things I had to sacrifice being able to do this. I'm not gonna lie to you. Sometimes I can't go certain places. I have to miss certain dinners. I don't talk to my friends every single day because I'm busy, and that's just the honest truth. But I make time for them. I do. I feel like I'm very consistent in the sense that I make time for things that I know I have to make time for, and it may not be all the time on the person's time, but I do make time for it. But I pray, you know, like I'm always praying, like God give me the strength. And you know, the Bible says that in Philippians 4 verse 13, can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So that's basically what I live by. So I don't get stressed. That's just the honest truth. Yeah. So okay, another question I'm gonna say, how it all started. I need some clarification on that question, but how it all started is I was born. My parents gave me the name Omoniola or Omoniola, and it means child of wealth. And that's how it started. That's how it all started. The question is, how is house decorating going? House decorating is going good. As you can see, my room is fully furnished. Even the other side you can't see, but it's fully furnished. COVID is annoying though because everything's taking like 12 to 14 weeks to get here, including furniture, etc. That's 4 months. If y'all don't know, 12 to 14 weeks is 4 months, which is kind of annoying, but it's okay. We're not really tripping. You know, we have a house, period. Airbnbs. How do you find good Airbnbs while traveling? That's a good question. I think it depends on where you're going. I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually not really an Airbnb person. I really like luxury hotels. I prefer them just because somebody's coming in my room to clean it every day. Just the convenience and the safety aspect. Like, I'm not in a foreign land by myself, but the group trip I did take, we stayed in a villa actually. So Airbnbs and villas are two different things. It depends on where you're sourcing them from, but I can make a whole separate video to go in depth about traveling. And I've actually made a travel video before, so you guys can just look down in my YouTube repertoire. Sorry y'all, my camera died, but I was just talking about, you guys can go look at the video down in my YouTube repertoire and look at some advice for college students traveling, because I know a lot of my subscribers are young people. But yeah, that's about the Airbnbs. Travel essentials. I would say travel essentials, of course, is your passport. Right now it's COVID, so all things COVID. I took 50 masks with me, disposable masks, because I'm not gonna keep reusing the same mask that I'm going outside to. Hand sanitizer, all that kind of stuff. Anything you can think COVID related, I took it. Suitcase, a carry-on, a wig if that's what you wear, edge control. Don't leave any of that kind of stuff in your hand luggage. Put that stuff in your main suitcase. A tip is put your shoes in your hand luggage. Hair supplies, I would say cleaning materials for your hotel or your room, just in case you're like extra, but they usually have good cleaning stuff. Your clothes, toothbrush, all that kind of stuff, like basic stuff, basic travel essentials. Like literally you can search on Google travel essentials and it'll come up. Tips for saving and planning trips. That's a really good question. I think I will be real with you guys in the sense that, like I said, trips are my vice. I could spend $3K on a trip, and I could spend $500 on the trip. It just depends on where I'm going. If I know the worth of that place, I'll spend the money, you know? So I will tell you, tips on saving would honestly be to put money aside every paycheck for your trips. If it's $20, like I've seen people put like envelopes on their wall, and they would put like $20 in it one week, $50 in another week, $100, and then, you know, the money just keeps accruing, and there you go. You have $700 right there for your trip. So For planning trips, that one is kind of hard because I've been taking trips since 2017, solo trips, I mean, like trips with my friends and myself since 2017. And it's something that you just have to learn and keep growing and growing and growing. And as you get older, you'll see the kind of trips that you like. Like I said, I like luxury hotels, like 4 stars and up, just because I feel more comfortable in them as a Black woman, specifically when I travel alone. So you have to know where you're going. Safety is a really important thing. Like I have a list of trips. I'll show you guys my notes. I have a list of places on my phone of things I want to go to. Of places I want to go to, and I'm just checking them off as I go. And I've searched these countries before I put them on my list, and safety is important, pickpocketing, all those things. Like sometimes I go to these countries that have high rates of pickpocketing, like Barcelona was really high, but I was good. But you just need to do your research on the country that you want to go to. You want to see the scenery of the place. You want to see the crime, violence. You want to see all that stuff. You want to know why you're going to these places. Like I love seeing God's land. So that's why I like to travel. I love to see greenery. I love to see nature. I love to see just beautiful, beautiful things in different places other than America. America is like the ugliest place I've lived in or been to. America's like the ugliest one, to be honest with you. Like I've never seen water as blue as the water I've seen in Tanzania, Zanzibar, ever. I've never seen water that clear in my life. Not even Mexico's water compares to that water. So it shows you, you know what I'm saying? You're missing out on a lot. But just start by researching the places you want to go to. Watch vlogs on people in these countries and see what they're doing as well. So that's how I would say start planning trips, and then, you know, go with serious people who actually want to help you plan the trip as well. So me and my friend Miguel, we're like the planners or whatever, so we be planning. How has life been since graduating? Did you experience post-grad? Is it avoidable? I'm gonna make this a whole different YouTube video, but I will say I have not experienced post-grad depression. I feel like I'm even happier than I was in college, to be honest with you. I'm the type of person that I like to work. I've been working, like I said, since I was 14. I like to not be confined to school, exams, that kind of mindset around immature people all the time. I like adulting. The bills are ghetto, but I've been paying bills since I was 14. So I'm gonna make a whole nother video on that. And I believe that post-grad depression is avoidable if you know that your purpose is not to go to school. School is not your purpose. School is not your identity. Your identity is in Christ, and Christ is the one that fuels us to go in this life and fulfill our purpose, not school. So that's what I would say. Is it avoidable? Yes, it's avoidable. All right, somebody else asked me, finance, stocks, first-time home buyers. Yes, I'm a first-time home buyer, and this came about because my sister decided that we wanted to get a house, etc., etc. I think we went the route that normal people don't go through, which is the construction route, but I think it was the best decision for us, for the kind of landscape that we wanted, the neighborhood that we wanted, and all that kind of stuff. I really think it was the best decision, and I love it. I literally love my house so much. Like, I have so much peace here. Like, I know that this was God's will. And if you live in the DMV, there's something called the First Home Buyers Program. It'll give you some money for your first home, but a lot of people don't qualify for it. But just ask your realtor and stuff and see if you qualify for it as well. I know that's one program. How much do you initially need to put down on your home? I would say save about $7,000 to $15,000, depending on the type of home that you're looking for. I got a townhouse, 3-bedroom, 2.5 bathrooms. And so it depends. It depends on the type of home that you're going for. But the home I have, I would say save about, depending on how much you make, depending on how much your income is, remember, your credit score matters too, to how much you put down. Don't forget that. But save about $7K to $15K. I think that's normal. Or it's $7K to $20K. It depends. It depends, honestly. But I'm just telling you the numbers that they gave us to save thereabout, and then you'll put down whatever they tell you to put down. How does one deal with unexpected expenses Also, like, how does one budget when they don't have a stable income? Realistic might not be the exact term, but rather, I guess, ways of budgeting one finds easy to stick to after several failed attempts. Does that make sense? That makes sense. That makes sense. I understand what you mean by not a stable income, because kind of hair can be like a not a stable income if you don't have clients all the time. So when I have clients for 2 months during the pandemic, you know, I didn't have a stable income. I would say start out by having an emergency fund. An emergency fund, like Dave Ramsey would tell you, you should always have 1K and up. An emergency fund just in case something happens. I say even triple that, just in case, like, God forbid you lose your job and you can't pay your rent, you can't pay your mortgage. Like, at least you have 3K saved up somewhere, and just keep adding to it. So I have an emergency fund, I have a savings account as well, and I just add money. I just keep adding money. Every paycheck, any income, I add money. I think a lot of the time people have such bad spending habits on food, on alcohol, on whatever their vice is, whatever it may be, and they don't realize how much they spend. I say, you know, like I said, I have a fluid relationship with money. So once in a while, or however many times you want to, for real, as long as you're using your, you know, common sense, you can go out to eat with your friends, you can do all that stuff. But if you know that you are not financially there yet, cut back. You have to cut back. You're not going to see fruition in your money if you are constantly spending money on stupid things. So I would tell you to make sure you understand what you're spending your money on. See where your money's going. Track your bank statements. That's another thing I did when I was in college. I'm like, where's all this money going? Y'all said I make this much this year, but I don't see it. I don't see that money. But track what you're spending. If you have bills, track them. I put my bills in an Excel sheet. So track those things. Definitely this is another question. Definitely the home buying process, how long you saved, what it was like to build. It was fun to build. I'm not gonna lie, this whole process didn't stress me out at all. It was the easiest thing, probably the easiest thing I've done, to be honest. Like, it wasn't hard at all. As long as you have your money saved, and like I said, I have 2 incomes now, almost 3 when I get these stocks seriously. But the goal is to make money in my sleep, and I always say that. The goal is to make money in my sleep. Yes, because I don't feel like working forever. But the process was easy and I really loved it. Just have a good builder, a good company. I used Ryan Homes. So, you know, there's a lot of things. I mean, sometimes I feel like some of the people were really snobby, but it don't affect me. They don't pay my bills. You know what I mean? But other than that, it was chill. But yeah, home buying process, get a realtor. I'm gonna drop Rihanna's information down below and on the screen so you guys can see. The last question I'm gonna answer in this video is, I love your content, thank you so much. Tips on finding a well-paying job in undergrad or post. I think that's subjective on your career. I don't really know what everyone does. I am a business architect / business analyst. However, I think that's subjective. I think it depends on your career and your goals. But even before you find a job, you should start something, like start a business, like start a hustle, you know, even if it's just selling, like being the driver for Grubhub. Start somewhere to have an income. And honestly, corporate America is not going to make you a millionaire. I can tell you that for free. Unless you get to the top of the ladder, which can take 20-30 years, it's not going to make you a millionaire. It's not going to make you, you know, financially well off completely. You'll be middle class, you'll be stable. But like I said, I have 2 revenues, so I don't just bank on my job, my paycheck. Like, I'm making money even when I don't get a paycheck, you know. So that's kind of what you want to do. But yeah, I think anyone can do it. I think anyone can do it. Just make sure what you're doing has passion behind it, purpose, and you're prayerful about it. So the 3 P's: prayerful, passion, purpose. And I believe anyone can do it. Anyone can make money. Anyone can buy a house. You'll be financially free in Jesus' name. For who the Son sets free is free indeed. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and let me know if you guys want more financial content. And I will have my sister on here again, like I said. And yeah, we'll just talk about all things finances and just how to start saving, even if it's a little bit, you know, even if it's the money you get from graduation or your birthday, just start saving. Literally, it just takes start saving. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.